In this example, we'll create a final member variable and we'll keep it uninitialized. And if we'll keep a final member variable uninitialized, it will throw a compile time error that we cannot leave it uninitialized. So the rules says if you are creating a or making a member variable as final, either you have to provide a value during time of declaration, or you can initialize it inside the constructor. But once you are initialize that member variable with one particular value, you cannot assign a new value to it. So let's see it. I am creating a final member variable of data type string, and the member variable name is college name. So usually the college name for all the students remains same. That's why I am creating a member variable it's college name and making it final. So if you see here, we are getting a compile time error that the blank final field college name may not have been initialized. So the rule says either you can give a value here ABC, that is fine. If you are not providing any value here, you have a chance to provide the value inside the constructor. So I'll create a constructor, public constructor, and I'll send a value inside. So this dot college name equal to ABC. So this is also fine. If you are not initializing the final member variable during time of declaration, you can initialize inside the constructor. But once you initialize it with one value, you cannot assign a new value to it. So if you try to assign a new value xyz to it, it will throw on compile time error. Got it? So we'll create a main method here. We'll create an object of it. For the sake of completeness, I'm just trying to create a object and print the value of college name, final member variable college name here. So I'll do object dot college name. I'll have it here. If we'll run it, we'll see it is printing ABC. This is final member variable. I'll go to final static variable. So the rule says if you are making a static variable as final, either you have to provide the value to the static variable during time of declaration because it's final, or if you are not providing any value during time of declaration, you need to provide the value in a static block. So let's see that. I'll create a final static data type is string, variable name is with college name. So if you keep this final variable final static variable uninitialized, you will throw an compile time error. The blank final field college name may not have been initialized. Either you can initialize it here with a value ABC. This is fine. If you are not doing this, you have a chance to do it inside a static block. So I'll create a static block and I'll assign a value to this inside a static block. But once you assign one value to the final static variable, you cannot assign a new value to it. So if you try to assign a new value to it, it will not allow me. It will throw an compile time error. The final field college name may have already been assigned. So this is not allowed. Now for the sake of completeness, I'll write a main method and print it. Because it's a static variable and the static variables are always associated with the class name, because these are also called class variables, class level variables. We don't need to create an object of it. We can directly use the class name to access the static variables. So I'll write the class name dot the static variable name. It's printing ABC. These static final variables are also called constants in Java. Now let's see an example final local variable. So local variables are those which are created inside a method. So I'll create a method public void, method name is aim, suppose. Now inside here I'll create a final variable x. So the rule says If you are creating a final local variable, then you can keep it uninitialized during time of declaration. We are not initializing that value. But once it is initialized with one value, you cannot change its value to another value. So here we assign 100 as the value of the final local variable x. So if I am trying to assign a new value 200 to it, it won't work. It won't allow. So this is what is all about to final variables in Java. So we saw final member variables, final static variables, and final local variables.